Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you the best controller and keyboard and mouse binds in Fortnite Chapter 7. We're starting off with Winterfest, so right now while could be getting a new controller or even a new keyboard, so now would be the perfect time to learn the most optimal binds for both inputs. So to start off, I'm going to show you some free builds on both controller and keyboard. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you my binds. But to start off, I do want to show you that I'm currently on anywhere from 40 to 60 ping. So all of this, all the speed I'm getting is basically just from the binds and from the experience that I have. So let's go ahead and get started on controller. And let's go ahead and get a couple good free builds in. Oh my gosh. So I literally just got on, so a little bit lost. Got on basically solely for the purpose of this video. Gonna do a couple of, little wall edits. What? I swear cones like mess up my edit so much. Alright. I'd say that was pretty decent to just like, show off what these binds are for. And I just started, like, trying to, like, optimize my binds yesterday, and so I'm still kind of getting used to them, but, I mean, as you can see, I basically just switched to them, so, these are really easy to get used to, because I built them off of my old binds, and I really just, like, optimized them. But, as you can see, I'm kind of getting warmed up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, if you've seen a couple of times, I accidentally jumped when I'm, or accidentally crouched whenever I'm supposed to be jumping. It's because I switched my jump bind from X to down on my right stick, and I basically just switched my jump and crouch buttons because I had crouch on right stick and X on jump, which is what it is by default. But this is more optimal, especially if you want to be like a more fast mechanical player or just have better piece control. You need to be able to jump and switch builds really, really fast. And so that's basically what I built this off of, being able to, be fast while not sacrificing any like aim or anything like that. Alright, now let's go ahead and get into the free build on keyboard. Try to chop all these builds out. Alright, I'm going to move my phone over just a tad. As you can probably hear, I'm on a keyboard now. I've been using these binds for a lot longer, but, I'd still say that these are pretty optimal. There's some things that could be changed, but this is just what I'm used to. And so it's really optimal and it's really comfortable for me. I mean, already keyboard and mouse is already really good for just playing any game like competitively or just to be good at it in general. I mean, I know some of my friends that are pretty decent on a default bind, so it's not like you need custom binds, but it definitely helps on like the improvement journey. Man, as you can see, if you've been a viewer or a sub to my channel for a while, I play on PS4, and so being able to move like this with input delay and only on 60 FPS it's kind of a big deal. And currently, if you are curious about what specs, or like appliances, I guess you could say, the peripherals I use, they're all in my bio. And so if you are interested in that, just see like what keyboard, mouse, monitor, controller, things like that I use, then you should go check that out. And while you're there, if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe. But as you can see, I am financially, I am substantially better on keyboard than I am on controller, mainly just because it's a lot faster and it's more optimized input because you have all of these buttons that you can use. And so, yeah, I suppose that concludes our little free build section. Definitely got a lot higher and did a lot better than I did on controller. But, I suppose I'll go ahead and show you guys my binds. Okay, boys, so to start off, I'm going to be showing you my mouse and keyboard sensitivity. And so, because we're just going to go from mouse and keyboard sense to binds to controller sense to controller binds. Alright. Also, just so you guys know, I do not use gyro aim on controller. If that is something you use, then I would definitely recommend that you keep using that. Do not switch off of it if you're already used to it, because it is so overpowered on controller. But it's just not for me. I don't like it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into mouse and keyboard. I play on 1600 DPI, and so I have a 3.3 Sens. But if you play on 800, which you do if you use like any regular mouse, and if you play on console like I do, unless your mouse has DPI buttons on it, then you're going to be on something like 800 by default. And so you're going to want to use a 6 for the X and Y axis sense. For my targeting multipliers, I use 60%. Because it just feels good for me, and it's what I'm used to. For the build and edit multipliers, I prefer a slower build sense than my editing sense, so I have more control over, what I'm doing and, like, basically where I'm placing it, but I still like it to be a lot faster than my regular sense, because this is made for more accuracy, while builds need to be, a lot faster. So I use a 190% build and 200% editing. Now, if you go over here into custom diagonals, I actually use Sens, because as you can see, instead of using like regular diagonals, whenever I hold forwards and W at the same time, not forwards, left and forwards at the same time, it moves like almost directly to the side, allowing me to be able to swing around peaks faster, so it makes it a lot harder for people to hit me. And also, it's just a lot better for like weaving whenever you're like trying to like rotate or something. It just makes it a lot harder to hit you because you just move so fast left and right. That basically concludes our mouse and keyboard section here. Let's go ahead and get onto our binds here. I'm just going to slowly scroll through it. You guys can slow it down if you want. Basically, if there's something that I find important, I will slow it down, and I'll go ahead and stop there and talk about it with you guys. Okay, basically after this, there's nothing else important because all of those are just kind of random. So let's go ahead and get into our sensitivity for controller. Let's go ahead and come up here. I don't know why I went all the way down. All right, here. If you don't decide to use my binds and you use default binds, definitely make sure that you have your edit hold time all the way down to 0.1 seconds. It allows you to be able to be so much faster on controller to the point where you're basically just pressing it, but you just have to hold it for like a split second, because if you just press it, then it'll switch you out of builds. Now, I don't recommend using quick weapons. It's just a lot more buttons that you have to press in order to be able to just switch to one slot. that you could literally just do by pressing your bumper. And so I personally don't use it. Now, here's our Sens. If you use regular Sens, if you don't want to use advanced, then 5 plus, which is normal plus actually, sorry, I'm special. It's just a 5 and a 4 for my regular Sens. But I have my build and edit multipliers at 1.7. You can change these. It's based off of preference, but this is personally what I like. It's more like continuous, and it's just a lot. It feels more comfortable for me. And so for my advanced look sense, I use 41. I prefer a lot faster of a look sense. Not necessarily a lot faster. I know some people use like 70, which to me is outrageous. But I use a 41 for my look sense. And so it just feels just right for me without being too slow, so I'm not getting stuck spinning in a circle when I'm fighting somebody. But it's just fast. It's just fast enough for me to be able to hit my shotgun shots and things like that. For my ADS multiplier, you definitely don't want to have this on 100 because you want it to be a lot slower whenever you're aiming, so you can have it you can have like more accuracy and it's not near as fast. I personally use a boost just in case somebody's like falling and they could like sprint or something. I use a boost at 3%. This is about preference. If you don't like using a boost, don't use it. It's just up to you. I use a 0.95 scope speed multiplier, which basically means that if your AR has like a scope on it, it'll be like slightly slower because of what I set it to, just for allowing more accuracy because you have less bloom. I use a linear input curve, which is, as you can see right here, it's literally just a raw stick input. But if you use exponential, that's good for you too. I mean, it's just about preference. But linear, it allows me to be like more accurate, so I can, control what I'm doing more. But exponential, like it says here, it uses a smaller stick movement to have less of an effect, allowing for more precision. I personally like linear more. If you use exponential, go for it, dog. It's up to you. Personally, I usually have aim assist off, but I didn't want you guys to see that I have aim assist off and then try and play without aim assist. If you play on controller and you're just starting, definitely make sure you have aim assist on. Having aim assist off is something that takes a lot to get used to because it's not like slowing down whenever you're looking over somebody, and so it's just really, really hard to switch off of it once you're already on it. Now for my left stick dead zone, I use 5.7, not 5.7. For my stick dead zones, I use 5.7. 5 is for my left stick, which I use to just move around. I don't need it to be at the max. I mean, 5, I don't need it to be super slow or super like touchy. It's just something that's comfortable for me, and so I can like move left and right super fast to like kind of juke people out. My right stick dead zone is 7. This kind of just helps me to be a little more accurate, so I can make smaller stick movements without it being like super jumpy. And then for my L2 and R2 release, I have it at 35. This should be at 35 as well. I'm not sure why it's not. I use 35, which may be default. I don't know. But this is a really cool feature that they added. I'm really glad they added that because it just makes it so much easier to play. Now, we're going to come over here into my binds. Make sure that you switch this off of Builder Pro if you use default binds. You have to have it set to custom to change it. I use square reload. This should be by default. These I don't think you should ever change. In my opinion, this is something that doesn't need to be changed. I use a triangle for my pickaxe, and then you want to make sure that you don't have this on you don't want to make sure that you have your marker on this by accident, because then all you have to do is press it and it'll try to click comments, which aren't even in the game anymore. And so you want to make sure you have it on the second one under your pickaxe, not this one, but this one, set to the left keypad. It should be by default, but you never know. Now this stuff for like the comment dump and things like that, it's just the default ones right there. I have no reason to change them. Total scope mode is basically where like chapter 6 season 1 I think I added it, where basically on some things like available precision SMG, where you can switch off where you're either aiming with the scope or you're aiming in with the scope, and that's what this does. It can also be used on the tactical DMR, so like zoom in and zoom out with it. For building, you want to make sure you have this cleared unless you do not want to change this, but I highly recommend you do. For my change material, I have it on my left DPI, which is the same as the DMR, but naturally, so you will not be able to mark anything while you're in build, but it's not you can't just switch off of it. This my trap picker and place you use is square. You shouldn't ever change your build lines from wall floors to roof. They should all be the same. These are super good for these builds. So I'm gonna have this off in build, so I can literally just so I can literally close my builds and build my map, which actually I'm going to show you now, so you can general. No, sorry, I'm actually down miscellaneous, or MISC, that's what it stands for. Okay, so I told my story is already by default in switch mode. For switch mode, I have this on left stick, so I can use my left stick to move around also to open builds. So I don't have to take my fingers off the joystick. That's usually my builds so you can always be able to move around, but I have to take your fingers off the joystick so much. Repair building, you don't have it on this, you actually don't have it on this, as well as your crouch button. So you don't have it on this one, it's crouch slide hold / repair hold. So all you have to do is literally just hold, while you're staying still, just hold X and it will repair it, which is usually on my stick because that's also your crouch button. I personally prefer on X, but there's also my crouch button. Now, scrolling down to assemble build, I haven't changed these at all, but down into edit, I have right stick on reset and R2 select. If you are confirm edits, you do not need one to confirm, but the only thing I would not recommend for confirm is using your bumper like L1 R1. That way you're not, oh my gosh, that way you're not trying to switch your weddings or switch your build piece while you're trying to edit. Like I said, build toggle map is not on this, but toggle inventory and emote are going to be the same. Edit building, I use my touchpad. How this works is I don't bring my finger up here onto the touchpad to place to edit. I don't hold it like this. I actually use the edge of it, so when my finger actually rests on my bumper, I just move it up onto the edge, so I can press it at the top like that. Reset building, I don't recommend you have this on because you have your reset thing, but if you decide to use reset building, make sure it's on something that isn't one of your movement bindings. Oh my gosh, voice crack. Make sure that it's not on something that's on your movement bindings, so you don't have to worry about that. Like I said before, crouch press, slide hold, repair hold, should be on X, like it is in builds, and everything else you can basically change however you like it. Like here on toggle map, this actually should be something. I forgot what I said. It's circle. Like I said, MSC is miscellaneous. Yeah, it should be on circle too, like toggle map. I don't use it on anything else just in case I decide to change my binding or forget about it. So yeah, these are my binds. This is what I use. This is what I'm good with. If you don't like it, by all means, don't use it. Oh my gosh, please. But, you know, it's just about preference. If you want to try something else, build off of my binds. I personally think these are really good. It's just about what you like. Don't find any other videos and they'll be like, these are the best binds for whatever. You know, I mean, that may be what this title is. But this is about preference and what feels nice to you. If you don't like how it feels, don't use it. But if you don't like how it feels at first, it's going to be kind of natural. I mean, it's going to be natural. But, like, you just have to get used to it. Like, however, whenever you switch binds on literally anything, or you try writing with a new style of handwriting, it's something that you have to get used to because your muscle memory is already set to whatever else. I mean, it's just about whatever you like. Build off my binds. Don't take my Sens, and just because I said it's perfect, doesn't mean it's going to be perfect to you. You could like a slower Sens. You could like a really fast Sens on like 70, like I said before. It's up to you. But my Sens is something good that I like that you can build off of. Don't just take my binds and be like, okay, this guy said it's perfect. You know, it's obviously really good. And then you could end up becoming worse. You know, I mean, if you play on paddles, don't use these binds, okay? These are made for either, like, semi-claw or just regular grip, where you just have to move your fingers around a little bit. But, I mean, these are, by all means, these are not pro binds. These are just binds that I use that I'm, like, decent with. My keyboard binds, I would highly recommend you use. I've given them to a couple people, and they've all... Not sure I made a double window. And they've all said that they were really good, except for maybe one person, but he was already used to, like, entirely different binds. Like, he changed every single thing, and it just was not working for him. So, yeah, that concludes this video. If you watched all the way to the end, make sure you comment a purple square emoji. And, make sure you like and subscribe if you like this video so you can see more content like this. I love y'all. Peace out.